Welcome to Launceston College Radio 87.8. No ads, no interruptions, and nothing but good times. Joining me in the studio today, we got Maya Bell, Will Krause, Brady Haas, and I'm Cooper Williams.
The weather currently, it's cloudy outside, it's cold, low of 6 degrees, maximum of 12. It's currently 9 degrees, and we have 19 kilometre per hour wind speeds.
Should be slightly warmer tomorrow, around 10 degrees, but still a low chance of rain.
Well, we intend to keep it hot in here with some of the hottest hits from the 1980s, but first up today on the show, we're talking auction night for LC, which was last night, Dark Mofo down in Hobart, and the Soccer World Cup, among with many other things. But first up, what's our first song, Brady?
Footloose.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to LCFM 87.8. No ads, no interruptions, only good times.
So recently, the colleges had their auction night, and Maya herself was there. Would you like to explain about it?
Yeah, so as part of the production team, I was there for auction night last night. The purpose of auction night is to raise money towards purchasing the screens that we use for the production. So we had a variety of donations from, the families and businesses around town, and threw in a couple of performances, and we ended up making over $10,000.
$10,000.
Impressive.
That's quite a lot, honestly.
Yeah, it's not that bad for, your $10 entry, you get some good prizes to take home and some entertainment and food.
But on that, so $10,000, obviously, that's massive, and that's going to contribute to making another successful production. But what about personally? What did you win, Maya?
Well, even though production, all the technical crew and all the cast aren't meant to bid, however, I did put down in the silent auction for a $150 Avenue Records voucher and ended up winning that for $40.
Cha-ching!
That is probably the best thing you could win.
Yeah.
I don't know, speaking of, what else did they have? What other prizes?
Well, in the main auction, there were some, major things like, you could get a wedding celebrant, a four-string quartet, to play for, they try to sell it, if you buy the wedding package, you should bid on this. There are signed footballs to juices to handmade tables, so there was really something for everyone that night.
It's pretty cool. I didn't know Launceston College sold weddings.
Yeah.
That's new.
Well, the more you know.
Apparently. I don't know. I just heard that someone said they do, functions, like baby showers and things
Wait,
in
really?
the restaurant, in the cafe
Elsie's?
down here. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
I know. Speaking of which, though, bar and cafe you can catch on tonight, actually. Friday from 3:30 till 6, I think.
Yeah, a lot of good food in Elsie's. Get around it.
Yeah,
Free
and
cheese platter.
if you were at the
For
auction
every
last
drink
night,
purchased.
you've already tasted, all their great things they make. So, definitely go back for seconds tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just yesterday, as a part of Dark Mofo, obviously, you might have heard, but we had that, whose name I completely forget at the moment, but they did put that guy and buried him under
Just
the
that
street.
guy. Yeah.
That one guy, I feel like that's the thing about that performance is it's kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool, but who is it? It's like, oh, I don't know.
It's just that guy.
But I think we should talk about Dark Mofo a bit because that's a pretty big art celebration that we have in Tasmania, but it's also been a bit of a thing of controversy in past years too, hasn't it?
Yeah, some of the things they do. It's pretty out there. Obviously, like burying a man alive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sacrificing pigs or whatever they went to do last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
But it works,
Yeah.
People got to show up and watch it, so
It's true. You get art students at the uni going, oh, it's cutting edge.
I can truly express myself.
I relate to being buried under a street. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'd say one of the biggest controversies around that particular performance this year is the fact that, they had to cut Macquarie Street off to tear up the road and bury him, and then they're going to have to do it again in 3 days' time.
Yeah, it's strange. Also, I don't think it's as extreme as it could have been because he's got a TV in there.
He's got a TV?
I'm pretty sure he's got Wi-Fi and everything. Yeah. It's pretty loose. Like, when I think of being buried alive, I don't think I'm just going to watch Netflix for 3 days. Like,
Wait. So why have they done it? It's art? Is it supposedly it's art, man?
It's a very.
If you
The purpose for the whole piece, for my understanding, is it's to express anxiety. Who knows? Will he live? Will he die? What's going on down there?
Yeah.
I'm so anxious.
If he's got a TV and internet access, I'm pretty sure he's going to live.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a Schrodinger's cat thing, I think, going on. But
I think it's not the question if he'll live or die, just if he sleeps for 1 day or two.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think all the Dark Mofo stuff and all the Mona, all their performing arts things that they put on, they're all pretty out there and a bit different from what you usually might expect.
Yeah, but, you can still head down to Hobart and catch most of it as it's happening all this weekend.
Yep. And What, they're digging him back up. Well, that would be Sunday, wouldn't it?
Yep, Sunday night. I think it was 7 p.m.
Cool. Might go down there and check it out, maybe.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, ask him what he watched, what he binge watched.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we've got
what do you
our
recommend?
band coming up. Our next song, Kiss. Everyone knows them. I Was Made for Loving You.
Really, babe? Oh.
You're listening to LCFM 87.8. No ads, no interruptions, nothing but good times.
Well, speaking of good times,
Yeah.
what good time did President Donald Trump have the other day?
Oh, don't even
He
get
had
me
the
started.
pleasure of meeting babyface Kim Jong Un.
I think they're best friends now.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Like-
I don't
Look like they're
know.
having a good time.
There's no, you
Did you see
know.
them walking through the gardens?
Yeah, he walks. Kim Jong Un walks everyone through his gardens. Though, let's be real. But I mean, Trump was being really, really friendly to him, which I think
Yeah.
is a really big turnaround considering like how high the tensions were between the two countries over the last year. Like
Yeah.
there were points where I thought, oh, they're probably going to bomb each other at this point,
Oh,
and now they're just like shaking hands and probably having a beer. It's pretty.
I wouldn't say that all
I
the
don't think they're
tensions
having a
of
beer.
maybe not a beer.
What are they drinking? North
Green
Korea?
tea?
Green tea.
I don't know. I still wouldn't say the tensions have died down though, because some of the stuff you've been hearing, Kim apparently took his own toilet.
Yeah.
He didn't trust. Here's the theory that he believed that his waste would be intercepted by American spies, and they would assess his health.
My first problem with that is surely in
No, true story.
surely
True story.
That's true.
for years though, the Kim Jongs they've always told the Korean people, oh, we don't poop.
Yeah,
Like,
I honestly
Yeah, it's like
thought-
a-
and then it's like, oh, I'm bringing my own toilet. It's like, and they're probably like, well, what do you need that for?
just you never know. It's for,
Oh man.
I don't know. But it doesn't end there.
He didn't use the pen.
the pen.
US he swiped. He wiped it on his own cloth, and then he just swapped it out altogether. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably understand him being a bit paranoid about that kind of stuff, considering the history between the two countries. But like, I think the fact that he even showed up at all and had like a civilized talk with Trump was
Impressive.
that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah,
it's a massive step for world relations.
I think so.
huge.
I mean, anyway, but it still doesn't end. Have you seen the "He Will Shake the Hand of Peace" trailer? I just showed you
mate.
guys on the talk break. Then
It looks like it's a documentary little clip, like all the compilation dudes that they do on like a Dr. Phil show. Like,
Dr. Phil.
it looks like the build up before they start talking with the guests in the show. Like,
I know. I don't know.
It's-
It's so bad.
I think even Australia's A Current Affair has produced better content.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a heavy shot, but yeah, I mean, it's just very, compared to like how they would have usually done government announcements in America in the past. I think it's very different from the way they used to. It's very like
Very
modern media.
Trump-esque.
It's very Trump. I think.
It's ridiculous. Is what you're trying to say. I think, Will.
Yeah, it's out there. Speaking of out there, and also on the topic of world leaders, G7 summit. That was a bit of a.
That was interesting.
Donald Trump was a bit of a party pooper at that, from what we've seen.
Yeah, do you want to give us a rundown of what happened, Will?
Oh, look, I didn't really read into it that much because it sort of just popped into my newsfeed. But for what I've like seen, basically, everyone was trying to sort of impose climate change stuff on the US, like sanctions for it, so that they could start reducing their emissions. Something similar to that, and Trump wanted to put like a real big, like some sort of like gate on exporting metals and stuff out of America, like aluminium or aluminum as they call it.
Aluminum.
Yeah, he just really wasn't cooperating with other countries at all, and the Canadian Prime Minister and the French Prime Minister just really got upset at him. It was really
Well, I suppose
like,
I suppose you can only make one small step at a time, and if
Yeah.
that small step's North Korea, then so be it.
well, that's a pretty big step, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's doing something right, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
I
Small
hope.
step. Kim Jong Un. He never mind.
Oh, jeez.
it's interesting that you mentioned climate control because we'll be talking about that later with the SRC's climate conference. But first, let's have a song.
Well, given we're talking about the glorious leaders, we'll have Glory Road.
By Richard Clapp.
And you're still listening to LCFM on 87.8, where we've got no ads, no interruptions, and nothing but good times. Now,
That just interrupted like right before you said that. But sorry, go on.
yeah,
Couldn't resist.
irony and all. But Cooper, you went to an event with no interruptions, and that was the climate conference.
Yes,
Can you
that's
tell us
true.
about that?
Okay, so it was all day on Wednesday, and it was the youth climate conference. So it was youth around the state in Hobart and also the function here in Launceston where they came together to tackle the issue of climate change and what you can do in your own school to help the issue. So we looked at what we've been looking at in school. We've looked at recycling, getting that implemented, because we're the only school in the state that still don't, the only college in the state that still don't have recycling.
Really?
Yeah, because when we first went into it, we thought, oh, we might be the first college to get recycling. Turns out we're the only one to not have it.
Yeah, I remember having like paper recycling bins at high school and primary school, actually, now that you mention it.
So we got to step up there, and hopefully we're getting that rolled out in term 3.
Cool.
Other than that, we got the hanging garden going. So there's so many ideas where we could create our own produce, then supply that to the cafe. You know, they could cook it up.
Tell me more about the hanging garden, because that sounds interesting. What is it?
Okay, so it's on the not the flight deck. You know the
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's up. You know the place, but yeah, so-
above C block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got growing. We got beans, parsley, broccoli. I think carrots for sure. Coriander. And that's only just the start. They want to up it a bit. They were looking at maybe a sponsorship deal with Bunnings where we could get a water tank.
Yes, can we get free snags?
Yeah, that's and lowest prices are just the beginning. Bunnings. We could shout out to the radio.
Pay us, Bunnings.
Yeah, I mean that was it.
Come in.
Also, low power lighting. Every time a light bulb breaks, just reinstall a
LED.
energy efficient LED light. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, with the hanging garden though, like, is it more like a community garden where like students can go pick vegetables and take them home, or is it specifically just for the school?
Specifically for the school now, but once we sort of ramp it up a bit and get it sort of growing a bit, I see no reason why they couldn't. But anyone who's interested, lunchtime meetings today at Friday, 1:20 till 2, down C block, C2 111. So you can, no, C2 11.
Speaking of other worldly issues besides climate change, what's going on with the World Cup?
Yes, World Cup's kicked off. Exciting stuff. Biggest sporting event in the
fun.
world.
World Cup's kicked off. Good one.
Oh, I see what I did there. I didn't. You should have just let that die.
No, I had to bring it up.
All right, well, kicking things off in the World Cup.
Yeah.
We had Russia 5-0 victory over Saudi Arabia. Putin was chuffed.
Of course he was. It's
I
in
don't
their own
think-
country too.
I
I feel like
Putin does chuffed.
Of course he does.
Putin does chuffed? I don't think
Yeah.
that emotion registers.
It must do. Haven't you seen Putin smile? He's the cutest person. Like, it's so rare to see him smile, but if you look up Putin smiling on Google Images, he's like, oh.
You're saying
it's-
Putin is cute? That's Putin it lightly. Oh, yeah.
jeez.
Keep
The
us on
puns this
fire.
morning.
All right. Once I've got going, you know.
World Cup, though. Italy didn't make it this year. That's...
Yeah, some big names not there. I mean, New Zealand, but they're not really big. Wales,
The US of A, they didn't make it.
United
Yeah.
States, Wales, they're
Chad
not great.
didn't make it. I really wanted Chad
Yeah,
to be
Chad-
there this year.
I missed, yeah.
We're
Chile,
talking-
Chile didn't make it. Another
Yeah.
big name.
Chile, they've got who have they got? They've got. Wait, I had it up here. No, wait. Also, with the Netherlands and the biggest
Yeah.
of all, Italy, first time in 60 years haven't made it.
Wow.
But
Who-
Chile's got big names. Alexis Sanchez,
Yeah.
Vidal. So some big names in the sport who didn't make it. Same as Wales with Gareth Bale not making.
That's their only player, though, let's be real.
Yeah, but it's Gareth Bale.
England are there, though, aren't they?
Yeah, England
Let's
are
just
there.
be real though. It's not going to be as good because New Zealand's not there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Who do we
no.
reckon's going to be in the final?
Germany. You were
Germany.
saying Germany.
I'm
so-
saying Germany and England, I reckon.
Yeah.
No, not
you don't
England.
reckon
I don't reckon.
Maybe.
Germany for sure. I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe
feel
everyone
like-
will have to forfeit.
Maybe Argentina. They could.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well,
Brazil.
I mean, last time Germany tried to invade Russia, it didn't go too well, so you never know.
Yeah. Football is war.
Yeah.
Football is life. I don't know. I feel like Brazil are under a lot of pressure because of their appalling performance last
yeah.
time. So I don't know. I kind
see.
of hope they
Yeah.
do well.
We'll see how it
hoping-
pans out.
I'm gunning for them.
Well, let's give them a song to cheer them on when they play the World Cup. What's next, Brady?
My Sharona is up next, Maya.
Very good.
Welcome back to Launceston College Radio 87.8. No ads, no interruptions, and nothing but good times. Speaking of good times, we got exams coming up.
1 week now, isn't it?
1 week, then the 2-week exam period. So
It's coming up.
it's
soon.
not stopping. But to help us with that, we've got a de-stress event planned. So the SRC are planning a de-stress event next week during SA time.
I think it's a great idea.
Yes, they're going to bring out the rabbits. You can pat the rabbits.
That's what we
That
need
just
in
said
life.
their reaction says it all. Oh.
Well, yeah, like, a little fluffy bunny. Like, there's no better way to de-stress.
I wouldn't trust Brady with a little fluffy bunny.
We're just going to see a
He'd
bunch
steal
of tired teenagers just crying, holding bunnies. I'm going to fail.
Take
No.
tissue? No, they just grab
I
the
believe
rabbit.
in everyone. I reckon everyone will do pretty all right. I believe in our fellow students. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
You don't sound too
It's
hopeful.
only mid-year, so it's
Yeah.
alright if we fail, because we can always...
No, it's not
No,
all right
but-
to fail. Don't say that live on radio.
If we fail
As
this-
long as everyone tries their
Yeah.
best.
Hey, that
Because if
sounds
we fail-
good.
At least
Yeah.
if we fail this one, it's not the major one at the end of the year, so
Yeah,
we know what we've
and
done
if you
wrong.
do muck up, it's like you know what you got to do to improve
Yeah.
to get a pass at the end of the year. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
so don't
just-
stress, guys.
To be honest, it would be a good thing to sort of like not do well in certain areas, because then you know where you can definitely improve.
Just try your best. De-stress. Pat some rabbits.
yeah,
I don't know. I think they're handing out like lollies or something as well. So food,
It's a pretty good
rabbits.
deal.
I
that's
mean,
tops.
yeah.
That's what we need. I think smashing out exam revision, going to tutorials all the time is good, just to like refresh your mind over the things you study. But de-stressing is really important too.
Yeah.
I'm glad the SRC are doing that. That makes me happy.
Anyone got any plans to celebrate after they knock off their exams?
I'm going to be in the studio with my band recording songs for 2 weeks because no one's going to be down at music apart from a couple of level 2 classes in there. So
Okay.
we're
that's
cracking
cool.
on with that.
Oh, very good.
It's exciting.
Brady, you got any plans?
Not particularly, no. I'm just going to try and enjoy it while I can.
Shut down.
You Coops?
No, not particularly. No, no, I'm joking. Problem with me is I got my last exam. Like it runs up to the last week of exams. So the last day of exams is my last exam.
Right,
That's
yeah.
unfortunate.
So I don't get any sort of free time after it.
Well, hey, as long as you study hard, you'll ace it.
Yeah, hopefully. But then there's the Friday. I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to know how to reward yourself. You know. How would you guys do it?
I want to sleep for an hour and a half extra.
I just finished my exam and go straight to the Irish, honestly.
Yeah, that's solid.
Drink my problems
Solid.
away.
Food.
No, don't drink your problems away, kids.
Food for me. Food's
Yeah, food.
You know.
Just go and get some pizza.
Oh,
Go to Burger Junkie or something.
yes.
Celebrate finishing mid-years.
Oh, yeah.
Go steal some rabbits.
Treat yourselves. It's hard work.
Not eating them. Wait, what are you saying? Steal a rat?
Yeah, de-stress. Just
I
go steal
thought-
the rabbits.
it's
and
just we were-
pat them.
Okay.
I
We were
think-
talking about
I think
food,
The
not
stealing would be as stressful as the exams.
Oh, it's worth the reward, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rabbit. No, imagine that when you're stealing a rabbit, when you're in contact with it, you don't feel stressed. So it kind of cancels out.
If you don't want to go steal rabbits, maybe just head up to the animal shelter at the RSPCA and hang around with their dogs there. They do a little
Yeah.
service thing where
yeah.
you can pet the animals that they enjoy having around because it makes the animals happier, makes you
Yeah.
happier. It's good to everyone, I think.
Yeah, true. But what about yourself, Maya?
Well, as soon as I wrap up exams, I'll be back in the drama department working on the productions.
Yeah, so-
I don't get my well-deserved break until after the show.
Damn.
Oh, about half of your holiday is just because of.
Ah, it's all good.
Well, it'll be fun though. It'll be.
Yeah, the production's cool this year. It's a good rock opera.
Yes, Jesus Christ Superstar hits theaters. Oh no, I've put her on the spot.
August 8th.
August 8th,
8th.
there is a date,
There
so
we
keep
have
your
a
eyes
date.
peeled.
Oh, it's coming up soon.
Yeah, keep up the energy. What's our next song?
The power of love.
Oh, that
Oh,
is
you
a
did
lot
do
of
it.
energy.
Favorite. You're listening to LCFM on 87.8 with no ads, no interruptions, and nothing but good times. That was The Power of Love by Huey Lewis in the News. But let's hear the power of music. What's our musical escapades around Launceston at the moment?
Yeah, there's a lot of local music coming up, a lot of cool stuff. I know for a fact tonight, Chris Eiken's band are playing at the Irish.
Woo!
Get
Go
around it.
Chris.
And they're playing. Where are they playing Saturday?
The Scottsdale Footy Club, I do
Scottsdale
believe.
Footy Club. All right. Definitely get around him. Chris is a cool dude. He plays bass. Yeah.
Well, Chris is our media teacher, and
Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of got that secret life thing. He lived in Norway for a bit. He's kind of got
Yeah.
that secret past I don't know about, but it's really cool.
I don't know if anyone's seen My Name is Earl, but he sort of reminds me of Crabman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. if you know what I'm talking about, you know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, local music. There's a lot of cool gigs coming up. My band, Fields, are playing as support for Bugs at the Saloon Bar on the 29th, I believe, which is a couple of weeks away. That's at final night after exams finish. So,
Great way to de-stress.
Yeah,
after your
good way to
exam.
de-stress. Get around it. Bugs at the saloon. It's probably like $15 door entry or something. It's 18 plus, annoyingly, but if you can get there, I recommend you go to it. Bugs are pretty cool. They got that one song, Instant Coffee. It's a pretty whack tune, but they're a cool band. It's Bugs, Protagonists, and Feels, and I think there's another band playing with us too. But yeah, should be pretty cool.
Well, it's kind of funny. A lot of people down here in media do have a musical background. Like, I know you free boys all do a bit of music. So do we want to just... So what instrument do you play, Will?
I play guitar in my band, but also play drums, and when we need to just track bass on when we're recording, I just hop on bass and just smack it in so we've got something there. But yeah, mainly guitar. That's my bag.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Cooper, you do a lot of piano.
Yeah, I'll string along with Will. That was my attempt at a pun.
Oh, gee.
Gets
Plus the
better. Yes, calm down, everyone. Yeah, no, I play piano and I also play a bit of saxophone.
Oh,
I
did not know that.
Yeah, I know. So one time, if you want, I'll play you some.
Next time we play Careless Whispers, I want to hear...
We're doing a
Cooper
duet.
doing
Can we
Careless
do
Whisper
something
duet.
live in the
Yes.
studio?
We're doing a Careless Whisper
We
duet.
should try and do that one time and get like a Leica version thing going in here and just have like a little acoustic band. And
I'd actually like to do
that'd
that.
be pretty cool.
Like, we're not prepared in the slightest.
We're not ready at all.
We
but,
could just get it. Brady plays the didgeridoo.
Yeah,
Plays
they do.
Didge.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I had no. He told me, and I was like, "Really?
Yeah.
That's
You
crazy."
do the thing where you breathe in and out at the same time.
Yeah, I learned that
Wow.
playing saxophone originally.
Oh
What?
my
You
God.
play saxophone? Oh
Yeah.
my god. We
Got all
should,
the
Wow.
saxmen
we
in
should
here.
The
jam.
more you know. Don't you play guitar as well?
Yep.
Damn.
I don't know. I started off with saxophone through the ESC band in primary school, which
Oh,
actually,
yes.
yeah, and then that sort of just carried over to the start of high school, and then I sort of dropped all that and then did audio, studied that up there, but then that didn't go ahead, so then I
Yeah.
picked up guitar in there.
I
And
keep telling you
didgeridoo was
guys
a
to
side
play some of your audio tracks that you do
Yes.
on air.
I might bring him in, chuck him in for next week's show. I just got to
Ooh.
do a bit of mixing, finish off. They're only demos at the moment, so they're a bit rough.
Cool.
But yeah,
Still good to get some airtime.
No, they
Might
sound
chuck 'em on
quality.
air.
He played it, and I was like, "Is this a song off the drive?" And he's like, "No, this is my song." I was like,
Well, this last week I only played you guys one of Monique's acoustic songs, but I've got two of my band's demos with me today. So
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
they won Launceston comp, so
yeah, we
you
got
know.
first in
Money
contemporary
way
band,
mouthpiece.
and we got best original too. So that was pretty neat.
So definitely some up and comers that we should all keep an eye out for.
Hopefully, yeah.
I don't know. Hey, what is your favourite way to waste time? I was just thinking about that stuff.
Oh, I like to just browse YouTube.
While we're talking about hobbies, browse.
Yeah, I just browse YouTube and watch Netflix and eat food,
Oh, I love eating food.
put on weight. Honestly, I look at how much food I eat. I think I'm like, man, I should be way fatter, but I'm not. I'm like, there's something going on with my body, and I'm just like, yeah, go me. I just proud of myself. I should be a competitive.
can't
I'd
wait
like
to-
to be a competitive eater for a job. I reckon that'd be a great job.
I can't wait to have this chat in like 30 years' time, and your metabolism slow down.
I'm
And you're
gonna fit
like,
through the door. No, gotta get it under control.
all right, eating, just chilling. Brady, what about you?
I don't know. For some reason, I can actually be amused by watching paint dry, ironically. Like, I have actually sat down.
Is this
no
before or
joke.
after you sniffed it?
No joke. I have sat down and watched paint dry for 2 hours straight.
So can you run us through the process of like what it's like to watch paint dry? Like what happens first?
Does it sort of just get less shiny, or
Yeah, it just sort of gets less shiny, and if you pay close attention, you can actually see it solidify slightly.
what does that look like? I don't think I
Riveting.
can't say I've ever seen like paint solidify.
I
Describe
don't
that
know.
process.
It's weird. As it gets less shiny, you sort of notice it go harder. Like it goes from liquid to like just flat solid, sort of. It's weird.
You have to do a
you-
time lapse and show us.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued about watching paint dry. Never thought I'd say that, but that's up there.
I'm not. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. My
I'm
hobbies.
glad I learnt
hang
that,
on.
though.
Do you also have hobbies like watching grass grow?
Yeah. Nah. My hobbies are pretty. I like to play guitar and just chill. I like to bake a lot, actually.
Oh, I do. I like cooking as
Yeah.
well. What do you bake?
Cakes mostly. I like making cakes.
Cakes.
Yeah.
I suppose that relates to the whole eating thing.
Yep. I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed foodie.
Yeah.
I like food.
Gets a rise out of you.
Yeah.
No, that was an attempt at Oh, they are getting worse. You guys don't
Yeah.
even realise anymore.
I realise, but I just think the fact of dead silence is funnier than laughing at this point. So.
Yeah.
And never, awkward silence never gets old.
No.
Oh yeah, I love good awkward silence. Maya, what about you? Wasting time? How do you do it? And
Wasting
why?
time. I like going through the radio drive, and let's look at one of the songs that I've listened to. Brady,
We've got Brass in Pocket.
by the Pretenders.
This is LCFM 87.8 signing off. Catch us live next week from 9:30 onwards. Thanks to Maya, Brady, Will for joining us in the studio. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our Facebook page.